Hey everyone, we are in the lovely balcony. Oh, actually, that is pretty. In Coldharbour. Uh, Continuing with Army of
The
Meridia.
pieces begin to fall into place. With the king's aid, we shall assemble a force worthy of Meridia's blessing.
So, introduce King Dinar to the Fighters Guild. That was the Iliad King that we saw last time in Glenumbra. Cadwell.
Smashing! So glad you could join us. Welcome to the Fighters Guild, which is rather a mundane name, isn't it? Though it is precise. They fight things and they're in a guild. Works rather well, actually, come to think of it.
You found the Fighters Guild members?
Actually, it was Honor who found them. Have you met? We've been together forever. He knows Coldharbour almost as well as I do.
Your pet found them?
Pish tosh! Honor isn't a pet. He's my faithful steed. He does mistake the odd wood elf for a tasty treat, but they've been known to do that themselves, haven't they? Ah!
Is Honor here? Where's your steed? Okay. Oh, Honor is the Guar. Honor is the Guar? Hello, baby. You are Honor. Phantom Guar. So yeah, they did put them into this game, and then they are modded, put into my Skyrim game to show up in Solstheim, which is awesome.
Your nagging is becoming more annoying than my persistent rash. You finally have a secure base. To go back outside without a plan is even too foolhardy for me.
You want us to hide behind these walls? To leave our comrades to die while you sip wine and lounge about? You have no honor, knight.
Don't lecture me about honor, elf. You have no idea what I've seen or what I've gone through.
Oh, wow, okay. Come on. Come on, you can do it. I was summoned by a mortal. By Kinval Zenderkith. No, it's much more complicated by that. By Kinval Zdenkathik. Zdenkathik of Clan Deathbringer. For as long as I can remember, and like all Dremora, my memory is keen, especially for grievances, I have faithfully served the offices of my clan, and through them, my lord Molag Bal, and yet not always. Or, once, to my shame, I was compelled to serve another. I was on guard duty in the Endless Stare, an assignment I always enjoy, for I can mock and torment the passing soul-shriven without being held responsible for them meeting their quotas. Leaping out from behind a claw pillar while shouting, "There you are, weakling!" just never loses its appeal. I was lurking behind a dark-anchored chain link, preparing to terrify an approaching soul-shriven by suddenly knocking her down and sneering, "No match at all," when I suddenly felt a strange tingling all over, from my horns down to my toes. I grew dizzy as the plane spun about me, nearly fell into a pool of blue plasm, and then suddenly felt myself hurled into an endless black void. I wasn't alarmed at first, because who hasn't been hurled into an endless black void? It wasn't until I began to materialize at my destination and got a taste of the air that I had my first misgivings. "I smell weakness," I said to myself, and couldn't have been more right. It was then that I first heard the voice of my conjurer as he said, "Ah, this one looks fairly robust," and the full horror of my situation broke upon me, for I had been summoned to do the bidding of a mortal. I turned, aghast, to see who dared summon me across the infinities to Nirn, and found myself faced with the tall elf of Somerset. Oh, I recognized the type. I'd abused more than a few alt-merry soul-shriven in my time, and with gusto, for they evince a haughty arrogance entirely inappropriate in mere mortals. This one gave me a brief, appraising look, and then turned away, saying, "Follow and fight. There are worm cultists that need slaying." Worm cultists! Can you imagine the ignominy, fellow kind? Not only had I been conjured away from my duty by one of the hated elven mortals, but I must serve him by slaying the minions of Manimarco, our dreadlord's lieutenant and viceroy to be. I tried to resist, flexing my indomitable will, but the mortal mage's binding spell was too strong. All I could do was say, "No one escapes," and follow him past a pair of torches into a subterranean maze of tunnels. "You serve the great Vanis Galarian, Dramora," my conjurer announced, quite unnecessarily, for what need I had to know the name of my slave master? But then I reconsidered and mentally added his name to that long list each of us keeps, the list labeled Vengeance. I followed, not deigning to crouch when my conjurer hunched over to sneak, merely glaring at him and thinking, "I will feast upon your heart." In truth, however, it was as well that I had the elf Venice to follow, for the tunnels were many and twisting, and though we Drumora are fearless, relentless, and unparalleled among warriors throughout Oblivion, our sense of direction is rather poor. When doing courier duty, I've been known to lose my way right into the middle of Moonless Walk and wind up back at the Lightless Oubliette where I started. In time, this Vanice began to pause frequently, listening, which only increased my irritation and impatience. Finally, he stopped with a shh to me, which was completely unfair, as I hadn't said a word. But I realized why he'd stopped when I suddenly heard human speech from the tunnel ahead. Hesitating nary an instant, I drew my greatsword and rushed forward, crying, "A challenger is near." The elf cursed and followed, but he had only himself to blame. I was following his orders exactly. The next minute passed in the red fury that all Dremora feel when they enter battle, but my usual enjoyment of bloody slaughter was tainted by the knowledge that I was killing those my dread lord would prefer I didn't. And frankly, that just ruined the whole experience for me. As I lopped off the limbs and heads of the worm cultists, I was aware of the energies of the elf's powerful magics cracking past me, incinerating the more distant enemies, but I was too mortified to enjoy the orgy of destruction. The elf came striding up as I subdivided the final worm anchorite, gloating, "So much for them. Take that, Manimarco." "There could be no other end," I replied sourly, then felt the strange tingling again as the conjuration that had brought me to Nirn began to weaken. As the bonds dissolved, I took one menacing step toward the elf, but then the plane spun around me again, and I was back in the endless black void. I came to my senses. I was lying in a pool of turquoise slime, looking at the smiling face of my superior, Kynreeve Zalkirkig. "So, Zendakathik," he snarled, "straying from your post while on duty, eh? It's the scathe rings for you, my lad." "But Conreeve," I cried, leaping to attention. I couldn't help it. I was conjured, summoned to Nirn by a mortal. Zalkirkig's smile widened. "That'll be an extra shift scathing for telling such a hornless lie. Now march, Zenkrakik," he shouted, thumping me with his truncheon. "Left, right, left, right, left, right." I hate it when Zalkirkig smiles. Kynreeve or not, his name's going on my list. That was awesome. Thank you, book. You are the reasons why I read books. Oh my god. I can't stare. Daring Gautier.
My apologies for that display. The whole rash comment. Just a figure of speech, of course. So, I suppose you know more about this place than any of us. Like where I can get a decent drink?
City is a safe haven, a place where we can regroup and organize.
A safe haven, eh? I didn't really expect to see cheerful flowers and clear water anywhere in this dark realm. I assumed we were walking into untimely and painful deaths. Glad to see I was wrong this one time.
How did you end up here?
I couldn't let you go off and save the world all by yourself, could I? Not with just these Fighters Guild braggarts. Besides, there was a portal. How could I not step through and see what was on the other side?
Who's leading this group?
That's a good question. I heard that Captain Alfari was killed shortly after we were scattered. I was hoping to find another officer here, but no such luck.
I rescued an alien king. He wants to help assemble our forces.
An Iliad? I thought they were all, you know, Dead? Of course, this is a Daedric prince's plane. I really need to stop being surprised by such revelations. I have a feeling that won't be the strangest thing I find out before this is all over.
Attend me, soldiers. We have a war to win, and time grows short.
What in Ariel's name is this? Who are you?
So that's the last Ayleid, huh? I thought he'd be more dusty. Isn't that what happens when elves get really, really old?
Shut it, you fop.
Who's in charge of this group? Step forward and address me. Then allow me to rectify that. I shall lead you. We shall recover your comrades and complete your mission. If that does not work for you, your services are no longer needed.
I don't know who you are, but you aren't Fighters Guild. You have no authority over us.
Do you challenge me, then? Do you want me to kill you to prove my combat prowess to your companions?
I wouldn't necessarily mind seeing that. He is kind of annoying.
How can you expect us to lay down our lives for someone we never met? Trust is earned on the battlefield.
If you want to survive, if you want to win this, you must trust me. Allow me to explain why you need my leadership. We shall work this out. I understand your reservations, but with my leadership, the Fighters Guild will help us win this war.
Okay, so I had 3 parts to the quest, Army of Meridia. Now I only have 2.
The pieces begin to fall into place. With the king's aid, we shall assemble a force worthy of Meridia's blessing.
So she doesn't advance anything, she just says that every time you talk to her, which is kind of annoying. But, okay. Everyone knows Meridia is annoying. She's either Meridia or New Meridia. Or, technically, I guess, Old Meridia. Okay. Alright, so I am going to go to the south and check out what's down here. Book there? That's unusual. I think I tried to find these books before, but let me go up here and try again.
You should have run. Good to get stocked up.
Put down your weapons.
We can think of better things to do than fight. You look like a sturdy one. Should I take you to my whip or my riding crop?
Great Mooring. The door to the Great Mooring, the lynch point of the great giant shackle, must remain locked while the Magica conduits draw energy from the living spark encased in the collection prism. The only way to open the door is to completely drain the energy from the living spark, or to disengage the conduits and cut off the flow of power. Never reverse the flow of power through the conduits, however. Such a procedure could have disastrous effects on both the living spark and the energy collection apparatus, and it could set back the plane meld by years, if not centuries, due to the amount of work that went into the system. The source of power. I can't believe it. We had him. Vanis Galarian, the quintessential mortal mage, wandered right up to our proverbial doorstep, and the idiots at the Black Forge couldn't capture him. Do you know what we could have done with the power raging inside him? We could have powered the forging of the Great Shackle and completed the plane meld in mere hours instead of months. Instead, we are forced to continue to utilize the inferior Atronachs that Molag Bal's hunters bring us. At least the Atronachs aren't smart enough to escape or divide themselves into multiple pieces to foil our every effort. Excellent news. The plane meld progresses, and we've reached a crucial milestone in our efforts. A planar vortex has formed. This nexus of plane meld energy is the singular point where Nirn and Coldharbour come together. Even if by some accident of fortune the invaders are able to disrupt the forging of the Great Shackle, the planar vortex will continue to draw the two worlds together until Nirn is entirely subsumed. It will take longer, of course, but Molag Bal's victory is inevitable, one way or the other. It's unthinkable, but the only way the invaders could overcome the planar vortex is if they could bring to bear the power of another Daedric prince. And we all know that the only Daedric prince of Coldharbour is Molag Bal, so our success is guaranteed. Since these idiots in the forge failed to capture the mage in one piece, we're forced to find alternatives for our power needs. Our prince will not be denied. Take the Atronachs and throw them into the prism. They should provide enough power for now. Just be careful. If you break the control locks, the prism will overload. Last time, that turned the Frost Atronachs into flame. Powering the Dark Anchors. Our great prince Molag Bal has found a way to conquer the wretched realm of Nirn, using dark anchors crafted in the Black Forge to weaken the barrier between worlds. The metaphysical chains will allow us to merge Nirn and Coldharbour into a single domain ruled by the Lord of Schemes himself. It takes considerable power to form a connection across the chaos of oblivion. Unfortunately, this energy isn't as easy to acquire as the raw materials used to create the planar hooks and chains. Powerful mortals, especially powerful magic users, provide the cleanest, most effective source of energy. On the other end of the spectrum, the soul-shriven are practically worthless for this purpose, as the amount of energy we can draw from them is barely enough to start the melding process, let alone carry it to fruition. Unless an unlimited source of powerful mortal mages suddenly makes themselves available to us, we'll have to explore other alternatives. Our various experiments have finally paid off. We've discovered, through much trial and error, that Atronachs can be used to supply enough energy to power the Dark Anchors, and may even be capable of powering the ultimate Dark Anchor, the Great Shackle. Flame and Frost Atronachs work well, but the most power by far is provided by the volatile Storm Atronachs. These creatures of wind and lightning will need to be acquired in great numbers to provide the energy we need to launch the dark anchors in the great shackle into Nirn. This appears to be our best solution, at least until we can acquire a steady source of powerful mortal mages to draw from. We will continue to work on that avenue as well, for the glory of Molag Bal. Okay.
Let's ride.
So I have decided I am not going to be doing several of the guilds at once. I'm not going to be doing the Thieves Guild, mostly because, again, the limitations of the quest log. I'm not going to have enough space for 4 or 5 quests in each area. Mike isn't here, which is a shame, because Sharp really likes Mike. He really does like Mike. I hate ticks. Gross. Nasty. Okay. I have some change to my spells and my gear. So, I'm using the Storm Fist Mask and Pauldrons, which create that Thunder Fist. So, when you deal damage, you have a 10% chance to create a Thunder Fist to crush the enemy, dealing 1,100 shock damage every 1 second for 3 seconds to all enemies within 4 meters, and a final 4,290 physical damage when the fist closes. This can occur once every 8 seconds and scales on the higher of your weapon or spell damage. Then I have the Infinite Archive set, the Spattering Dysfunction, and I have the Mythic Ring of the Wild Hunt, which increases my speed. So that is very much likely going to be my final set unless something extraordinary comes along. But right now that's pretty much the best I am able or willing to get. I could probably do some PvP to try to get something different, but these sets are unique for their
Better
glow.
overstocked than under.
So I don't want to take that off. That's amazing. So I have style and substance with this. I like it. I'm going to see if there's a quest over here. I don't see an arrow though. Ah! There we go.
Sometimes the right thing and the wrong thing are the same thing.
Oh, and I made a new crafted spell, which is my pull. Channel the power of your staff to fling a bolt of volatile magic, causing an elemental explosion at the target location. Stuns enemy for 5 seconds. If an enemy was hit, grant you a damage shield that absorbs 7,000 damage for 6 seconds. Each additional enemy hit increases the shield strength for 20%, afflicts enemies with minor lifesteal for 20 seconds, healing attackers for 60 health every second. So, that's just fun. Come on. Treeminder Zochenil.
You have come to Haj Uzith in its most desperate hour.
What is this place?
Haj Uzith is a place out of time, an ancient Argonian settlement plucked from the Black Marsh and deposited into this dread realm. We know of your mission to Coldharbour, and we would like to help, but unfortunately, my people are divided.
Divided about what?
Divided over the fate of our history. But tradition demands that you pass our trials and prove your worth before I reveal all of our secrets to you, outsider. Please, head down this path to the city. I will follow you.
I'll go to Haj Uzith.
This looks nice and inviting. You ready?
The Grotto of Depravity Delve. Okay. That sounds like fun. So thankfully, we had a good day. It's the weekend. My husband and I have been running the Infinite Archive on and off for most of the week, and we most of the weekend, and got some really nice sets for other characters.
Give him a bite.
Okay, that's just, I mean, come on. You knock them down. Then a giant fist arises from the ground and crushes itself around them. How is that not fun? Well, my husband and I met in a video game 30 years ago. We are still doing the thing. Wow, and yeah, I like that spell. I like this setup, like, a lot. This is good. Okay.
Look! Intruders! I want that one over there.
You look like a sturdy one. Should I treat you to my whips or my riding?
Intruders! I want that.
Party theme. To all my beloved minions and peons, the current theme for our never-ending party is Dance of Death. Make sure the minstrels continue to sing and dance without pause. I especially enjoy Idria's voice. It's so sweet and melodic, and her dancing is most hypnotic. I want her music to fill these halls, and the way her body moves, it's poetry in motion. Do not let her stop on pain of death. Yours. Know that I am holding her prized musical instrument in my upstairs chamber. This will guarantee her compliance. Besides, I might reward her with the honor of playing a private performance for me later in the event. Now, have fun, and make those soul shriven suffer. Nirazakan.
The little one ran off with my purse.
Okay, that soul shriven is playing a drum. Wow, I like that. That's just fun. Okay, so there's an upstairs. Um...
Put down your weapons. Leave her thinking.
So as we learned from one of the books, all of this blue goo, which is called azure plasm, is Molag Bal's creatia for the realm. That souls
Over so soon?
use when they reconstitute themselves in this realm. For the Scalarium, we got creatia from the Deadlands and Nocturnal's
Never a
realm.
dull
Intruders!
moment.
Evergloom, I
that one
think,
over
something
there.
like. Wow,
That one belongs
I am
to me.
happy about this. Yeah, yay!
Molag Bal will reward me when I add you to his life.
Lo mancha, molagua.
Yeah, so that lifesteal script dropped today in the Ultimate Archive. We made it farther than we ever had before, into the third cycle before we died pretty horribly. But before that, other things died horribly.
You look like a sturdy one. Should I treat you to my whip or my riding crop?
Let's make this quick.
That is amazing.
Put down your weapons. We can think of better things to do than fight.
No, I really can't. What am I doing?
Moloch Ball will reward me when I add you to his army.
I am very confused. Okay, that was fence. I just tried to attack fence, but... Alright.
Put down your weapons. We can think of better things to do than fight.
Should have been more prepared.
I swear, if this is the exact same place, I'm going to be a little
You
bit
look like
upset.
a sturdy one. Should I treat you to my whips or my riding?
It's the exact same place. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, this is so disturbing. I need to get upstairs somehow.
Moonlight Bow will
Don't just stand
reward
there.
you when I add you to his army.
Okay, this is upsetting. Let's see. No, I just went this way. Okay, I've been all through here. Alright, I don't know. I don't know how to get to the boss from here. Can I go up here? Nope, I can't. I don't know where the boss is. I need to get up there, right? Upstairs. How? I really don't know. And I don't want to run all the way around again after everything has respawned. Okay, there are, looks like these might be stairs heading up here. I'll try down this way.
You look like a sturdy one. Should I treat you to my whip or my riding?
You good? Of course you are.
Of course I am, man. Very good.
Look! Intruder! I want that one over there. That one belongs to me.
Stairs!
Look! Intruders! I want that one over there. That one belongs to me.
Okay. Idria's loot. The name Minstrel Idria is carved in the back of this finely crafted loot. I should try to return the loot to its owner. I just got an achievement. Challenge Cave Delver. Clear an explorable delve while playing on Seasoned Challenge difficulty or higher. Oh, okay, cool. That's nice. The perfect host. I'm Ford Lalu, house event planner extraordinaire. Any gathering, party, or festival requires one thing: perfect host. Perfect host is the anchor for any event, the smiling face that makes everyone welcome, the entertaining and accommodating party thrower who makes sure every guest is wined and dined and has a good time. But a perfect host isn't born knowing how to bestow a rousing good time upon a crowd of guests, or how to set up a memorable event. To be a perfect host requires years of training, days of strategic planning, and hours of preparation and setup. Or you could follow these few easy steps based on my own extensive experience and years of successful event planning. First, select a theme for your party or event. A good theme provides context for your gathering and gives your guests a fun and exciting motif to focus upon. Theme examples include classic, Dunmer plays, spring or fall harvest, Nord drinking games, and my personal favorite, Grim Rooting Day. Second, choose your guests. How large an event do you want to host? Select a number you can comfortably squeeze into your venue, and depending on your theme, the tighter the squeeze, the better. Remember to invite twice the number to account for declines and no-shows. After you've selected a number and chosen the people you want to invite, prepare your invitations. The quality of the invitation reflects on the event you plan to hold, so match the paper and message to your theme as best you can, and send the invitation at most 1 month prior to, but no later than 1 week before the event. Third, use your theme to determine if your event will be an occasion to sit down and relax or stand and mingle. Tables and chairs fit your theme. Plan your seating arrangements carefully. Provide seating cards to tell your guests where to sit. I cannot stress how important a good seating chart is. You have the power to create interesting conversations, intriguing arguments, or meaningful connections. You have the power to create interesting conversations, intriguing arguments, or meaningful connections, all according to whom you sit next to whom. Fourth, develop a menu. Every event demands food and drink, but your theme and venue allow a broad interpretation of what that means. Do you want to host a formal dinner, provide snacks and lighter fare, feature the best wine that gold can buy? Perhaps you simply want to have vast amounts of the cheapest intoxicants available in order to get all of your guests happily hammered. As long as it fits your theme and your budget, this is all up to you. Fifth, entertain your guests. The first 4 steps will go a long way toward creating a fun and memorable event. However, to put the icing on the cake, you need to provide some killer entertainment. Minstrels and bards are perfect for themes that include singing and dancing. Poets and storytellers are best suited to performance-based events where you intend your guests to be an audience instead of participants in the event. Prestidigitators, animal trainers, weapons masters, actors, and more are also obvious choices for an evening's entertainment. Just match your theme and go wild, and your guests will love it. Good luck. You are now on your way to becoming the perfect host. Okay, so we need to return this to whom? Find Minstrel Idria. Oh, she's back in town. Okay.
Let's ride.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Yes, my vision dream speaks true. You are the one my mistress seeks.
Did you find my loot? I feel almost naked without it.
You recovered your loot.
You found it! How wonderful! Oh, I missed my loot Fala so much. Oh, thank you. Oh, I feel so happy. I think I want to play a song now. Oh, Fala, let's make some beautiful music together. I'm so happy I could just sing.
How did you wind up in the Grotto of Depravity?
After our city wound up in Coldharbour, everyone was scattered. I sought shelter in a cave. Big mistake. The Dremora in there, they were having some kind of sick party. Forced me to play and play and play.
But you were able to escape?
After more years than I care to remember, they gave me short rest periods every few days, but they kept my loot so I wouldn't run away. Eventually, I decided I couldn't take it anymore. I left poor Fla behind and made my way back here.
Yes, my vision dream speaks true. You are the one my mistress seeks.
That's not creepy at all. Dread Lady's Letter. Little mortal, I am Lyranth, Dremora outcast who sometimes takes an interest
A grave miscarriage of justice.
in insignificant things. Perhaps we have met, perhaps not. I find it hard to tell the difference between individuals when you mortals are concerned. So she's a recurring character also. Regardless, there exists a sect dedicated to advancing the agenda of the Prince of Destruction and Ambition, Maroon's Dagon. I have decided to look into those activities and how they pertain to the secrets of your Longhouse Emperors, but certain obstacles have been thrown in my path that require a mortal's touch. The magic I have infused within these words will, as you reach the end of this message, mark a location upon your map. Meet me there now, little mortal. Lyranth commands it. Not that I care, but the fate of your world may depend on what we do next. L. Okay. Oh, wow.
And the Undaunted returns. And from the vaults of madness themselves. Hope it was worth it. Defeating the Mad Architect couldn't have been an easy feat.
Okay, a bunch of drunken ghosts. Nice. They're undaunted ghosts, I think. Can I buy them a drink?
This one hopes the Hollow City finds you well, undaunted. Meridia's wayward township is many things, but it's never dull, especially for an undaunted.
Who are you?
This one is called Tubadan, the most dauntless of the undaunted. The main of Meridia's banished city, they call him. An honor this must be for you. So, how about it?
How about what?
Would you like to buy a drink for this Khajiit?
This one's on me. Yep.
Your
You can buy the
generosity
ghost a
is
drink.
5 clawed, my friend. Listen, everyone. That one bought this one a drink. This calls for a song.
You asked for a drink? Tubadan, you're dead. What a waste of coin.
You're an idiot, Tubadan.
Silence, both of you. That one bought Khajiit a drink.
So now you're going to sing.
No. Khajiit is most undaunted here. You will sing.
What? No.
And you will sing, Saba.
Go play in the Vaults of Madness, Tubadon.
All are staying in this tavern until you sing. So sing, fools!
Who knows no fear of beast or blade?
Undaunted! Undaunted!
Yes, yes!
Who knows no fear of Daedric plains?
Tell me who!
We are undaunted. Who knows no fear of death of age?
Louder! By the bright moons! Louder!
Undaunted! Undaunted! We are undaunted!
That's the stuff!
Someone pass a sword through my face.
It wouldn't kill you.
Awesome. Okay. I love this game. Okay. Okay, that made me happy. Alright. That was good. Okay, I'm porting to someone's house, but in theory they're in a guild with me. Yep. This is someone's house. Hey, it's nice. I once belonged to a guild. Oh, look, they've got a Christmas tree. I once belonged to a guild that the entire circle around here was crafting tables for different sets, which was kind of cool. But then I left, and then I was no longer in that guild. Although I think I paid like 1,000,000 gold to be a lifetime member, and then I just didn't want to play anymore. And I didn't hold them to it. They're like, you can stay. I'm like, that's okay.
It's nice to look at, sure, but let's not let it slow us down.
Okay. Alright. Oh, that got me actually further away from the gate. Alright. Well, we learned that. I believe the words, someone pass a sword through my face. Definitely worth remembering. Okay, Haj Usit.
You could brew something nice with that.
Void Crystal Anomaly. Okay, that's a scrying. That is a piece of... Okay, we'll get to the Mage's Guild Hall. Alright, and the more that I look, it's just faster to run.
Look! Intruders! I want that one over there. That one belongs.
These trees really can grow in all sorts of places, can't they? All they need is proper maintenance from someone who cares enough to see them thrive.
Oh, the history. Sharp enjoys visiting histories.
I told you, Zohaniel, we will not aid the outsider while our factions continue to argue about the fate of our beloved history.
The outsider has come, Anjin Saka, just as the history foretold. Perhaps now we can finally settle our disputes and do what is best for the Hist and for Nirn itself.
We shall see, Treeminder. We shall see.
So that's the history in the center there.
Are you ready to help us, outsider? Will you undertake the trials?
Tell me about these trials.
There are 2 trials, each designed to prove your worth to one of the factions here in Haj Uzith. The trial of spirit and the trial of body. One shall test your intangible qualities, the other your physical virtues.
What is the trial of spirit?
The trial of spirit is a test to prove your worth to the scholars of Haj Uzith. It shall challenge your mind and determine your strength of spirit.
What is the trial of body?
The trial of body is a test to prove your worth to Anjin Saka and his warrior faction. I'm sure it involves some kind of contest of strength and physical prowess.
What will these tests determine?
By successfully completing the trials, you shall show your worth and skills to our factions. Then you may participate in the great debate that has fractured our community for so long. Are you ready to undertake these trials?
I'm ready to undertake the trials.
Do you wish to start the trial of spirit?
Yes, I'm ready to begin the trial of spirit.
This trial determines if your spirit can understand the spirit of my people. We cherish courage, which helps us face this realm's horrors, endurance, which allows us to bear its hardships, and preservation, which keeps our traditions alive.
Courage, endurance, and preservation. I understand.
Take these amulets and speak to the people on the South Pyramid. Give each amulet to the person that best represents its spiritual quality. For each correct match, you will receive a gem.
What are these gems for?
3 statues at the top of the pyramid represent the challenges our values must contend with. Place the gems in the correct statues to symbolize overcoming these challenges. Then meet me at the base of the pyramid when you have finished the trial.
Selling, buying, trading. Right here.
What?
Values of Hajusith. We, the scholars of Hajusith, value these spiritual attributes above all others. Courage, endurance, preservation. While these values hold a special place in the hearts of all our people, it is the scholars who truly understand how these attributes help our society not only to survive, but to thrive in these strange lands. Courage allows us to deal with those who may not always agree with our point of view, and to face the unknown. This dark land constantly presents strange challenges and new obstacles, but we must not cower before them. We must meet them head on and deal with them as bravely and as boldly as we can. Endurance allows us to withstand the hardships and difficulties of this harsh, barren land. It takes patience and skill and a natural hardiness to overcome the constant challenges of this punishing realm. We must bear the brunt of these difficulties and withstand every unexpected storm if we hope to survive. Preservation allows us to remember our past and maintain the civilization that our history has sacrificed so much to safeguard. We look to the world and deeds of our ancestors. We look to the words and deeds of our ancestors to be our guides, and we protect the stories and lessons of the past so that they can continue to teach us and remind us of who and what we are.
I see the trial of spirit has begun. I am a go-between. I negotiate interactions between my people's 2 factions, as well as with the other inhabitants of Coldharbour.
I have an amulet for you.
And which of Zohaniel's baubles do you think matches my daring nature?
Give Talawe the amulet of courage.
Thank you. I need to be brave and resolute to negotiate not only with my own people, but with the sad and dangerous creatures that roam this twisted plain. Here, take this gem of courage. You'll need it when you reach the top of the pyramid.
You must be here for the trial of spirit. Know that I am the Lord Master of Haj Uzeth. I maintain the traditions and customs of my people.
Zahniel provided me with an amulet to give to you.
Of course. And which amulet do you think best matches my venerable nature?
Give Ashgar the amulet of preservation.
Thank you. My role here is to preserve and pass on the traditions of my people so that each generation never forgets where we came from. Take this gem of preservation. You will need it when you go to the pyramid's upper level.
How we came to Coldharbour. In the ancient past, my people lived in Nirn. Our great civilization rose from the warm swamps of Black Marsh, and our beloved history was connected to the other histories of the world. But a time of change was coming. The Argonian civilization as we knew it was coming to an end. Our hist trees told us so, and our hist tree despaired. It did not want to see the great civilization fail. It did not want to see its children reduced to a more primitive, primeval state. Our hist tree sought a solution that would keep our civilization intact. That, our legends tell us, is when Molag Bal appeared with an offer we couldn't refuse. The Lord of Brutality's offer was simple. He would create a place in his realm of Coldharbour for our hist tree and its children, a place where we could continue our values and traditions just as we had always done. We would not have to fear the coming changes that would sweep through the rest of the Argonian settlements. And all the Daedric prince asked for, all he wanted in return, was a little of our hist tree's sap. Our beloved hist tree decided that it could spare a bit of sap in exchange for the continued health and happiness of its children. It accepted Molag Bal's offer, and the city of Haj Uzeth, along with the people and its hist, slid into oblivion and came to rest upon Coldharbour's dark and dismal shores. Did our hist make the right decision? That's for the leaders of the scholars and the warriors to decide. For me and for most of the common citizens of Haj Uzeth, we'd rather have the civilization we know than the unknown life we were destined to endure before we departed for the isolated islands of Coldharbour.
Are you here for the trial of spirit? Then know that I am but a humble farmer dealing with whatever this strange land throws at me so that I can provide food for my people.
I have an amulet to give to you.
One of Zohaniel's necklaces, I assume. And which one do you think matches my pragmatic outlook on life?
Give Deshwase the amulet of endurance.
Thank you. I deal with the hardships of coaxing food from this foul land. Without my dedication, who knows what my people would be eating? Please, take this gem of endurance. You'll need it when you go to the top of the pyramid.
Before we get moving again.
Statue of Life. Place a gem. Gem of Endurance. Statue of Time. Oh, that's wrong. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is wrong. Maybe. I think this is wrong. Oh, wow. Okay, got it right. Or I got it wrong and they'll send me back.
The outsider returns. And was your trial of spirit successful?
Yes, I successfully completed the trial of spirit.
Good. That means you understand the spirit of my people.
What should I do next?
You must still complete the trial of body. Speak to Anjin Saka when you are ready to begin.
Will you answer some questions now?
You have proven yourself, as I knew you would. I shall answer what I can.
How did your people wind up in Coldharbour?
The time of the great Argonian civilization was coming to an end, and our history feared what that would mean for its children. When Molag Bal offered a different solution, the history gladly accepted.
And what does Molag Bal get out of the deal?
We allow Molag Bal's minions to draw sap from the Hist tree. The only thing sustaining the Hist in this foul land is the crystal that Molag Bal gave us. But over time, the crystal has poisoned the Hist. It is dying.
Tell me more about your history.
Our Hist cares for us, protects us. To preserve our culture, our history struck a bargain with Molag Bal. Now the crystal provided by the Lord of Brutality somehow keeps the Hist alive. But it cannot fully heal the poison in this soil.
What is this crystal?
We believe that the crystal is one of Molag Bal's vampiric shards. Foul relics that corrupt whatever they come in contact with. The crystal only prolongs the suffering of the Hist. No matter the cost, that suffering needs to end.
You mentioned settling a debate.
Yes, provided you prove yourself worthy to both sides. Our two factions argue over the ultimate fate of the Hist tree. Which is the better outcome? Eternal death or eternal suffering? And then, of course, there is your mission to this dread realm.
Well, what do you know of my mission?
We know that you have come to this realm with the Fighters Guild and the Mages Guild. We know that you seek to stop the plane meld that Molag Bal has orchestrated. We want to help you, but we can't while our people disagree.
What do you mean by ultimate fate?
The scholars, of which I am a part, believe that eternal death is better than the eternal suffering our Hist now endures. The warriors, led by Anjin Saka, feel quite the opposite. Existence, they feel, any existence, is better than oblivion.
Can't the Hist tell you what it wants?
If only it were that simple. Our Hist is weak, barely sustained by the crystal that feeds it. It hasn't spoken to us in a long, long time. But I have had dreams. They revealed your imminent arrival and hinted at your involvement in our debate.
That's disturbing. Oh.
You have completed the trial of spirit. Are you ready to undertake the trial of body now?
Ready to begin the trial of body.
Know that our arrangement with Molag Bal prohibits us from interfering with the Dremora who collect sap from the Hist. You, however, are under no such obligation.
What does this have to do with the trial of body?
It has everything to do with the trial. It is the trial. Beneath the North Pyramid, Dremora gather sap from the Hist into great vats. They use treated wood to heat the sap and refine it, drawing forth its magical essence.
And what do you want me to do?
Demonstrate your strength and physical prowess. Destroy the vats and disrupt their operations. If you add more treated wood to the fires, the sap will burn, and the vats will melt in the intense heat. Complete this task, and then return to me.
I'm gonna run over here and discover this location. Looks like a crafting station.
Yeah.
Shoot, let's hear it.
They're all yours.
Overheat the sap vents. Vats was not words I thought I would use.
You weren't keeping score, were you? Me neither.
Targeting kind of hard.
The outsider has returned.
I overheated the sap and completed the trial of botting.
Well done, outsider. That should give the Hist time to heal while the Dremora rebuild the refining vats.
What does Molag Bal do with the Hist sap?
Nothing good, that's for sure. He covets the magical essence of the Hist sap and refines it into potions and elixirs, whose purpose we can only guess at. It's a perversion, but it is one we must endure.
I've completed both trials.
Then the time has come to choose. Do you agree that life, no matter the hardships, is sacred? Or do you side with the scholars, who would rather end the suffering and let our history die?
What happens if I agree to support the warriors?
If you settle the debate in the warriors' favor, then the history continues to live, and our civilization shall endure, just as it always has in this harsh land. Plus, my warriors shall stand at your side in your final battle against Molag Bal.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
You have completed our trials, outsider. Now we ask you to settle our long debate. Will you side with the scholars or with the warriors?
Remind me what the scholars believe.
The scholars believe that the history cannot continue as Molag Bal's slave. It withers away, but the crystal will not let it die. This cruel existence, this terrible suffering, it must come to an end. Oblivion is preferable to eternal torment.
I agree with the scholars. The Hist tree should be allowed to die.
This outcome, while sad, is for the best. We shall give you a boon to help you in your struggle. Without the vampiric shard, the Hist will pass on naturally. But first, you need to convince Anjin Saka to accept your decision.
Have you made a decision, outsider?
I agree with the scholars. The Hist tree's suffering must end.
I see, but our traditions allow a choice, any choice, to be challenged. You must defend your decision by defeating our champion in combat. If you cannot uphold your conviction through battle, then how can you expect us to honor your decision?
I'll use the Intimidate skill. I'll fight as many warriors as you want to throw at me, but my decision stands.
Your conviction and certainty do you proud. Very well. The warriors will accept your decision.
Oh, that's so gross. I'm so sorry this happened to you. She's not Argonian, but she does hold the Hist
You
to
could
be
craft
sacred.
something nice with that.
The cursed shard has been destroyed. Currents of happiness and grief flow through the river this day.
Your long debate has been decided.
Thank you, outsider. Because of you, the Hist tree's eternal suffering and enslavement shall finally come to an end. We shall mourn the Hist, but we shall also find solace now that its pain and torment is over. When you need us, we shall be there.
Yeah, so Sharp will always comment as when or if we pass by a Hist tree. But yes, that's awful. Okay. I'm gonna run up and see if Mike has spawned again because Sharp really likes Mike. What? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, if you don't know Mike the Liar, it's MA''IQ, Mike. I suppose someone had a friend named Mike who was a liar as they made the game, and everything they say is a lie. That's part of their thing. I believe they started in Oblivion. And then they were on the roads in Skyrim as well. Oh, wow. Okay. Nope. There he is! Okay. It was just a random encounter. Sharp really likes Mike. So his faction will go up.
Mike thinks the maddest thing about the Vaults of Madness is their location.
I love this guy. There's something comforting about knowing exactly when someone's pulling your tail.
Okay. So, happy to make Sharp happy. Okay.
You know what that's good for? Ah, you'll figure it out.
I think we'll find a bright patch on the ground. Clear our map. Look up at the sky, which is actually really pretty. I mean, you know, if the trees weren't all dead, if Hist weren't tortured, and... Okay, it's not pretty, but we're here. Thank you for joining us. Hope to see you later.